Wow.
Hey,
you gonna fucking go there?
Hi, Mama Ace.
Talk about my mom's panties.
No, you said panties.
Welcome to the show. Let's see what has been happening in the wrestling world. Welcome to the show, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The two counts, always the best guests in Midwest. The two counts, great time guaranteed because we're the best of the best. Meet Big Ace and JR, Top Shelf Tommy, we're about to start. Welcome to the two count. It's time to dig deep into the wrestling world. Welcome to the two count, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The two count.
The Two Count. The Two Count. Where comedy meets wrestling. Please comment, share, like, and start a hype train for God's sakes. And now, here are the hosts of The Two Count. Comedian John Russell, wrestling broadcaster Big Ace, and everybody's favorite heel, Top Shelf Tommy.
I don't know about you guys, but if I was listening when the show started, talking about your mom's panties was
look at that. That's
caught on.
Ash.
Hey, nice.
Look at that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I lost the bet with my kid. I said Sammy was going to win. He said Roman was going to win. So, yep, I got to wear this on the podcast. He kept reminding me all day. He kept saying, "You're going to wear it on the podcast, right? You're going to wear it on the podcast, right? Yeah, I will."
Yay! Well, at least we know you're not a welcher.
I mean, I guess now this is going to be kind of thrown off because I have to look at an even uglier face than just a regular Badger Calhoun.
Oh, no!
Oof. Ouch. Ouch. It'd be hilarious if you just wear that Saturday night while you're doing commentary.
Hey, Clint.
What's up, Clint? Well, I think
how's it going, buddy?
I think the first thing we got to talk about before we go any further.
Yes.
Huge news. Huge news. And that is that Tom and myself, Team Fancy Ketchup, is going to take over the Jericho Cruise come January.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's official. We have our spot. Shit's going to get crazy.
Yes.
What where are you guys at on the boat?
Perfect spot. So it's actually a funny story because Tom came over and picked up some mics on his way to his show in Iota, because he's also one of the voices of Absolute Pro Wrestling, along with our buddy here, Badger Calhoun. Big Absolute show going on Saturday night. And we're going to dive into all of that in a little bit too. But Tom came over to grab some microphones because Tom is like me and JR when we do shit. He's smart. Backups. You never know when you need backups. True. So he came and got him, and he brought up the cruise. And we all know we've been getting egged to go on this thing by some of our great fans here. And
mostly Dan
and Stacy. We also know that the boat almost sold out in pre-sale. It was 80% sold out.
Wow.
By the time it went on sale to the general public. So when Tom came and got those, it was, yeah, Danny. It was, and I'm glad, Tom, that you brought it up because I almost forgot about it. And you were like, so the Jericho Cruise, pulled it up and it was telling us because we were like, all right, well, let's do it. My nephew's going to go with us. So that's the third person, take that cost down a little bit. Plus on a cruise ship, it's kind of nice with him because he'll just go away.
Just like you enjoy yourself.
Yeah, you can just lose him on the thing and it's fine. Like, it's not like we're in a new city and I got to worry about where he went off to or some shit or he wants to go to bed early. It's like, whatever you do later. Because the kid doesn't party or anything, so he'll be in bed every night at like 10 o'clock. Yeah, so we were trying to get it and I was like, well, we want to get a balcony like we were supposed to have when you were coming, JR.
Yeah.
But It said there was a few left, and Tom was here. He saw me. Like, the thing was not showing us a balcony room. So we were about to settle for an interior room. Literally, Tom shuts the door to leave my place, gets in his car, and not even like 2 minutes later, I refreshed it one more time, and a balcony spot popped open.
Oh, wow.
So we got it. We're 9th floor, which is perfect because like 7 and 6 is like the lobby area and like the sports bar where you can eat and drink all night. And then like I think
top deck has got to be
like 11 and 12 is where like everything is, the matches.
You don't have far to go at all.
No, and everything's for the most part mid, and we're in the mid. We're the mid of the ship. Not too far from the...
Let's not talk about mid unless we're talking about MGF here. So
you're the midshipman. You're the midshipman. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
fair enough.
We're not far from the elevator and the steps. Hey Tina. Hey Shank. So yeah, it's exciting.
Shank, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, it's exciting news though. Tommy and I are going to be on the Jericho cruise. It'll be my third. It'll be your first cruise though, Tommy.
First cruise, first. I mean, not the first time on a boat because I live in Minnesota. We all know how that is, and not the first time. Tim Nell checking in with that team Top Shelf. He knows how it goes. Top Shelf, baby, all the way. Also with Brandon in the Shank here. So. No, first time on a cruise. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. There is going to be a lot of, and here's the thing too. This was the best room we could get. It wasn't like we settled on this. This is still top shelf for when we got in on this, if you will.
True.
Nothing above this price range. It was literally mid, unfortunately, is as close to the top shelf for room accommodations as you can get right now. So, and of course, apparently, I had to go say hi to Dan on deck 11 since he's top shelf. He's a fucking punch now. Damn it, you Dan.
So it's gonna be cool. We'll get to see Dan. We'll get to see Stacey. We'll get to see our friends Erica and Jason. We'll get to see a bunch of people. Man, it's gonna be crazy. It's if you've never been and you're thinking, pull the trigger now because it will sell out. I was the one that said this wasn't gonna sell out like the last one. And then here
I think what you brought up though too is as far as it's changing destinations this year. It's no longer going to the Bahamas. It's going to Mexico. I think that piques the interest as far as like going straight across the Gulf of Mexico. It's a different voyage and just kind of going and meandering through the Caribbean. Not that I would know again, but like I do know geography. So
well, the Bahamas is awesome. Like some of the best water you'll ever see in the Bahamas. If I'm correct, Dan, tell me if I'm right. Did weather hold you guys off from the Bahamas this last year, though? I just saw someone comment that, I thought, which means they didn't even go this year, which can happen. Bad weather can happen. Second year we had some of it, but it was all right. But yeah, man, Cozumel, Mexico this time. It did. Okay, you did have to skip Bahamas this year. Okay. So I'm down because, I'm half Mexican. I've never stepped foot in Mexico. So what better way to do it than float in on the Jericho cruise?
Hope they don't make you stay.
You're half a fraud. Anyhow.
My uncle and I actually flew to Cozumel, Mexico just before the pandemic. So I can tell you that is just a beautiful place to go. You're going to love it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Lucky me. This is the first time, if you will, being out of the country officially. You can count basically. You can count the Virgin Islands basically as being almost out of the country because of the fact that it's fucking almost impossible to get through. You still got to go through customs coming back and shit. So it's a U.S. territory, but it's not really like a U.S. territory.
Yeah, man. Mexico.
But let's we can discuss that further as we need to. But obviously we do have a guest with us here tonight. This is we're kind of skipped the intro there. Bury the lead, if you will. He's been hanging out with us now for
big news, breaking news, Tom. We had to get it out.
I know, but for all of 9 minutes, this man has just been hanging out with us like he's a normal part of the show. He is my counterpart in Absolute Pro Wrestling's commentary booth. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Badger Calhoun is joining us for the 2 count.
Thank you. I am very, very happy to be here, and I'm thankful that you guys are having me on here tonight. We get to talk about wrestling.
So you would be described by most as the non-douchey element of Absolute's broadcast team.
I certainly hope I'm not as much a pain in the ass as Tom is. I really hope. I hope I can do a better job than this guy this guy over here.
Listen, I am trying to keep this civil, Badger, okay? Because we still got to work together on Saturday. But every once in a while, okay, the guy above you there, an Ace, he joins the commentary table as well. So clearly I'm never the biggest douche. I'm always maybe towards the top. I'll give you that. As far as douchiness goes.
And I'll admit the last show that I did commentary on, I was the one that got screamed at by Ricky Bronson. So whatever.
See?
Whatever, Ricky.
No, but Ricky Bronson, he's just a very aggressive guy. I mean, if you've ever met him in the back, that's how he is all the time. He's just in your face, and if you don't like it, too bad.
Yeah. I will not allow you to talk ill about Ricky Bronson, okay?
I'm not talking ill.
First of all.
I'm not talking ill.
Okay.
I'm just saying he yelled at me. Didn't talk ill.
Ace, I know you're not, but Badger
kind of
is.
scary, honestly.
Now, Badger, you've known these guys a lot longer than I have, so I will give you that leeway, but please do not talk about Ricky Bronson. He is on the cusp of being top shelf. Like, he's real close. I mean, he's down
Why
here.
Are you already? I mean, what's he got to do to get there?
I have a question.
I mean, he needs to affiliate more with myself and Du Bois to be top shelf.
Okay.
Shane can tell you that.
So that was going to be my question real quick is, so in order for someone else to become top shelf, Tom, do they go just through you, or is it now they have to go through you as well as Shank and the Golden God?
Well, I would say that it's probably best to go through all of us, but I am still the gatekeeper. The boys are aware of this. That's why they send people my way, but I will generally take their advisement into consideration upon anybody entering the top shelf life. That's why Tim Nella is in the top shelf life, because he is also part of team top shelf. Badger, maybe we'll see down the road. JR will never come close to team top shelf. Ace,
oh no,
you are slipping down
I
that
would
ladder
rather
real
sit
fucking
on a
quickly.
cactus than be a top shelf.
Yeah,
as long as I don't get a kick in the nuts from Bryce Jordan, I'm good.
Yeah, well, see, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, Shank's right. It's a team vote most of the time.
I know, Tina. I know.
Tina, what are you saying Lord for? Me? No. It's just top shelf Tom Shellstrom. It's not Lord top shelf Tom Shellstrom, but maybe down the way. Who knows?
We're going to knight you. Tom equals Vince.
I mean,
so Tom, another question.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take to actually write up an NDA?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Well, to be real honest with you, if you get kicked off the top shelf, you can go do whatever the fuck you want because you're clearly well below the standards of the top shelf. So we don't really need to worry about NDAs at all because of the simple fact is you cannot get back up once you've been kicked off the top shelf.
Understandable. Okay.
And
that's a long fall.
I need to also make sure this is very, very clear to everybody, okay? It was Will Ospreay. Paul Heyman's thrown out the fucking signal for it. And now Austin Gunn this last week threw out the fucking top shelf. All three of these motherfuckers will not and cannot come close to the top shelf.
You know what? Not only could you have done the top shelf, you could have also done, the Big Thumb Club. You could have been the Big Thumb Club, and everybody would be popping out your fucking moves.
Okay, hey, wait, hang on though, real quick, shooting right now. It is pretty fucking weird that all of a sudden we are seeing that on TV.
Isn't it though? Welcome to my life, baby. You know how many times I get replicated by people who are not normally in my sphere? Welcome to how my life is. People see this fucking fresh coolness right here, and they just want to replicate it upon replicating it from everybody else as well. So now I'm starting to hear, the next level, going to the highest point. We're hitting our peak. No, motherfuckers, you're throwing out top shelf like you think you are. You gotta calm it down. I gotta calm it down. I'm gonna have a fucking goddamn heart attack with all this fucking stress and stuff like that. These people need to understand top shelf is earned and respected first and foremost. That's why Tim Nella is top shelf. Shank, Bryce, top shelf. Ricky is on the cusp of top shelf. Okay?
VJR.
I'm on fire tonight. I'm a little heated. I'm a little run up. I'm gonna give you guys.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. This is a force to be reckoned with, man.
Oh man, watch. We're gonna. Yeah.
Oh, I swear
It
to
was
God.
me all along, Austin.
All this
That's
time, it
Jabroni
really
says you
just
top
meant on a
shelf.
poll.
Ace's
All right.
best joke in years right there.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, though. We have been surprised by hearing some of the names of people who have actually know what we got goings-ons here on the 2 count. So, hey, maybe someone is stealing our shit. You never know. But what we do know, Saturday night, it's going down. That is absolutely
buddy.
pro
Yeah,
wrestling.
buddy.
Got the can koozie. We got the talking voices of it, and it's going down this Saturday, February 25th. Fort Frenzy Family Amusement Center. I believe ringside is sold out. Almost sold out.
Yep, ringside is sold out.
Perfect. So get your guys' general admission tickets. Doors open at 6:30. Bell rings at 7 p.m. Top Shelf Tommy, Badger Calhoun will be there calling the matches, letting us know all the action. I will be missing this show. JR will be too. So
Too bad, buddy.
I'll be back.
I'll miss you.
I'll be making my APW return though in Algona. But man, what a card we got going for this show Saturday night. And I'll tell you what, it's so nice that we're getting close to spring. Show season is finally here. We're all going to start getting a little bit busier on the weekends because, man, it's going to be a busy spring and summer. Hey, Tommy, do me a favor. Get a little close to your camera there so we can fix that zoom like mine. Yeah, stupid Logi cameras. So, yeah.
There we go.
If you've dug yourself up at it. Yeah. Danny, good. Danner, how much stuff are you guys? Are you catching any of this shit, Dan?
I think they're on that same stream. Like it's supposed to go straight across most of central to southern Minnesota into northern Iowa, basically above Des Moines and shit, and then through Wisconsin, through Michigan, the Upper Peninsula, and then fucking over to like across most of the fucking Great Lakes and into North or New England and shit like that. So
yeah, so everybody who's watching this episode who is not in the Midwest area, just know you're watching us do this show as we're about to be basically snowed in for a day or two. Sucks.
Yeah.
Why do we live here?
We'll see how long it takes me to actually make the commute from the Twin Cities down to Fort Dodge because I might have to leave at like 6 o'clock in the fucking morning to be able to make it there by showtime. Who knows? Because I've seen those Iowa roads.
By Saturday. You should be fine by Saturday.
Yeah, dude, you say
I
that,
only
man.
have to drive a half hour. I live a half hour away from Fort Dodge.
Lab Glass Project saying that's weak. We're supposed to get 22 plus. Lab Glass, what the fuck? You're over on like YouTube and you're on Twitch? All right, man. Fucking more power to you.
I love it. Well, fellas, I got some match promo pictures here. We're going to flash these up, and I want to hear all about it, Tom.
I just want to say, I think it's fucking great that we're wrestling in an arcade.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You walk past like an arcade area into the little staging back behind there.
Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can play a couple of pinball games on the way to wrestling.
Oh, dude, love me. I'm a pinball fiend. I love it. Are
you a pinball wizard? Are you saying
no? I suck. I just love playing it.
Oh, fair enough.
Pinball wizard was good, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you would call him a pinball wizard.
I get halfway through that song and I kind of tune it out.
You didn't need no bumps, bells, or buzzers. He played by sense of smell.
Yeah, and you're also talking about Tommy in that one too. So no big deal, everybody. If you're wondering, yes, that song was about me before I was even fucking born. But anyhow, next topic.
Yeah,
look at the fucking Smurfs. Just let it out, boys. If you got to laugh, just let it out.
The fucking who's sitting at home like, hey, you know what we should do? Hang on a minute. Just wait. Let's make
think
a
about
song. Hang on. We're going to tell a story, right?
Let's think about the craziest possible, the biggest narcissistic, egotistical guy we can think of, but then let's make him deaf, dumb, and blind and have him play pinball.
It'll be great. We'll make like a 10-minute video out of it. Or actually,
Pinball Wizard, baby.
I know you do.
An hour and a half movie. Man. Tina Turner was in it, for God's sake.
See? You know more about that shit than I do. Apparently, I'm
Nah,
on this show
YouTube will
because
demonetize it.
I mean, apparently I'm JR's idol at this fucking point. I mean, there's no fucking way around it. That's what it sounded like to me. Anybody else? Nobody?
Yeah, because I knew Tina Turner was in the movie Tommy. I'm certain Tom is certainly my idol. That's the what pushed it over the edge.
You know
Let's
what, JR?
talk about this show for God's sake.
JR, you admitting that gets you this much closer to that top shelf, baby. Okay, just a little bit closer.
What can I say that will automatically ban me from ever being top shelf?
Well, it's that kind of attitude that might just get you fucking banned from the top
let's
shelf.
keep working at it.
What's attitude got to do with it? Got to do with it.
I see what you did there. I see what you tried to do there.
All right, here we go. First match, we got Victor Payne taking on the Chill Man himself. Max, he doesn't know it yet. Chili Strum, somewhat related to you. What is it again? He's your brother or your son?
He's going to be my
I didn't
adopted
know
son.
that. I am hearing this for the first time.
Yeah. One of these days, I'm going to just finally just file that paperwork and make Max Chill. Well, again, him and Gable Galileo are very, very close themselves. Like they are in that Ricky Bronson level, if you will. So they're like next to top level. Like so, top level's up here. They're the next level down.
You mean top level or top shelf?
Left of
Are
them
you
after
changing the name of it?
Victor Payne gets a hold of him.
Hold on, JR, you need to shut the fuck up as we're going through the promos here because you're a distraction and you're weak and you're old. So please conserve your energy for things that really matter.
Say the words that you mean, not the words that you think.
Okay. You two are horrible. Children, settle down.
I'm going to fuck you up, JR. I'm going to kick you so hard in the nuts, man. Bryce doesn't even need to do it anymore, man. I'm going to get...
JR, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
JR's nuts alone. They've been kicked enough.
I don't think they have.
Kick him on the backside or something. All right, guys, let's get into it. Badger, I want to hear from you first. We got Victor Payne coming back to the ring. He's taking on Max Chill. Max Chill had a pretty big year last year. A lot of steam he picked up in the tag team division around the Midwest here, and as well as some good single wins. What do we expect to see out of these two?
Out of these two, I would expect to see just absolute, Max Chill just trying to fight backwards from Victor Payne. Victor Payne always fights forward. He always comes forward. He doesn't back up. He doesn't move to the side. He's going to get you into the corner, and he's just going to beat the living crap out of you. And I just see Max Chill just trying to hang in there, and if he can survive and weather that storm, he might have a chance.
See, now as you say weather the storm, I see it as Max Chill is a guy who he has his what do you call it? He has his moments. Obviously, the man's a winner. That's what I'm saying. He's a straight up winner. So Victor Payne can do what he wants here and there, but I don't know if he's actually going to be able to actually catch Max Chill because Max Chill is not only quicker, but he's much smarter than Victor Payne by a long shot. So you can say that Victor Payne always fights forward, but the fact is, it's because the man can't turn around quick enough to ever fucking fight going backwards, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, he cannot find what he cannot find. Okay? Max Chill, run around circles with this man. He's easily picking up this victory. No doubt. My son's going to pick up another victory starting the year off right.
Yeah, Max Chill, again, not sure he's going to take to Papa Tom, but we'll ask him this weekend. Victor Payne, though, definitely a size difference between these two, and that going in favor of Victor Payne, and also that mean streak in Victor Payne. JR, I don't know if you know much about Victor Payne. I know you have seen Max Chill, though.
So here's the thing. Max Chill's definitely going to take a beating on this, but Max Chill, and I hate to agree with Tom, Max Chill finds ways to win. And I just think that he's going to find a way to win like he always does.
We'll see Saturday night down in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Victor Payne again taking on Max Chill Strum. Oh, hang on.
You don't need to add the strum at the end. He's Max Chill. He's still his own man.
Well, but
I'm just calling him my son because we think alike. We generally act in similar manners. I mean, and he is definitely young enough to actually be my biological. I did spend some time in Iowa before.
Hang on a second. Did you say you guys look alike? Because I'm thinking you couldn't grow that hair to save your life.
You look more like Victor Payne, Tom.
Actually, yeah. Are you sure he's not related to you?
Victor Payne is a combination of a Neanderthal and a hooker. So no,
like we said,
clearly
he looks like you.
Okay, hey, don't get upset that no one will pay you for sex. It's okay. But I mean, you do look kind of like him.
First of all, I'm going to say this very clearly. How dare you both? Second of all, if you come at me with this kind of illogical thought process ever again, I'm just going to end the show as it is. Okay. Again, remember who your fucking draw is. It's the top shelf. Okay.
Don't worry, Badger. The only people that have control of the show is JR. He actually can't.
There's a reason for that. Is because you know how quickly, if I decide to end it, you're losing everybody from the show.
So, Tom, do we expect you to call the match right down the middle this weekend, I hope?
First of all, I call every match down the middle. You know this. I mean, just let's think back to the last show in Algona. Okay, I'm right down the middle with all this stuff. I mean, yes, I had to carry you and Draven both, but I'm still calling it down the middle, okay? Because our good friend Ace here couldn't be on commentary with us. He had to do the ring announcing because, well, let's be real honest here. I don't know if Jason Prentice is well, you know what? I'm going to leave my thoughts on that one. I'm going to leave that thoughts for later.
Okay, we'll move on to the next match then. I have no idea where you were going, but I know where this match is going, and it's going down. Good old Ugly. Good old Ugly. Coming to get him some against Gable Galileo. Now, I'm excited for this one because we saw the return, about a year and a half ago now of Ugly back to the world of professional.
Yes.
What a welcome it has been. The dude has been putting on. Him and AVB have had some battles this last year that we've all been lucky to be witness of. But this one, man, because Gable Galileo has done nothing but move up the ranks every show and every match.
What is this? What are we doing there?
Hey, if it fits. But that's the thing. Gable Galileo, like you said about Max Chill, maybe why they made such great partners this last year, knows how to win.
Yes.
Well, that's definitely true. And with both these men being on this show on Saturday, there's no reason to think that some camaraderie between Chileo may not just show its head in these matches. I mean, they're good friends. They're great. They're even better tag team partners. They've won every title imaginable at this point, especially last year. They literally just ran the table across every promotion in the Midwest, basically. So to think that Max Chill may not get some help from Gable Galileo or Gable Galileo may not get some help from Max Chill, I'm not going to say if it's going to actually happen or not, but both men are smart enough. They're talented enough, obviously, to win their matches. And I think this is going to be literally a cakewalk the whole day for Gable Galileo against Ugly.
Cakewalk maybe. I know Ugly can make some really good cake in his spare time. Guys, a whiz in the kitchen. But I'm going to tell you this, though. Clint brought it up. Generational battle writer. You've got legendary Ugly. Been wrestling in the Iowa scene for years. A huge mainstay for IPW back in the day. And now you have Gable Galileo, the youngster, right? Making a name for himself. He's doing good, but it's his show now. And Ugly's coming back. Badger, can Ugly hang with Gable?
You know, unfortunately, I have never worked with Ugly. I've never been in the ring with them, unfortunately. And, you know, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, and from what I've seen with my own eyes and even calling matches for Absolute Pro Wrestling, the man, his experience just comes through his performance. And I swear, he wrote the book on dirty fighting. And so it's like Clint said, generational warfare, because you're going to see that from Gable Galileo as well. Now, I have been in the ring with Gable. I've trained with him, and deceptively strong, deceptively fast, very smart, very cunning. You don't know what to expect from him. So I can't wait to see this match this weekend.
It's going to be a good one. JR, you've seen both these guys. I know that for sure. What's your take on this match?
So I would agree again with Tom and with Tina, to be honest. There could be some shenanigans involved here. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Like I said, you never know. These two guys, Chilaleo, are a pretty cohesive unit. And to see them in singles matches is a treat, honestly, because we'll get to see them on their own, hopefully. The generational warfare that's been mentioned, yeah. I mean, Ugly is such a veteran. And there's an old saying that's he knows more about wrestling, or he's forgotten more about wrestling than Gable Galileo knows. And I think that's probably the way that I'm going to lean, because there's no quit in Ugly. We've seen that with AVB. There's no quit in the man. And I just have to put it on Ugly on this one.
I agree. I agree. I think we're going to see Ugly. I'm saying we're going to see Ugly come out ahead on this one. Gable has proven me wrong before. If he does it again, it wouldn't be the last time. But again, this is one hell of a match you're going to get to see this Saturday night, again in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Get your tickets. Ringside seating is sold out.
See, now you guys are just acting like Gable Galileo is just some man. He is the king of the cosmos.
He's the king.
And you think some guy who just carries around a stick and calls himself Ugly can beat him?
I don't think he's just some man like you. I think he's a professional wrestler that has exceptional talent.
Now, hang on a second. Didn't he bring that green comet that showed up a few weeks ago?
It's over our head there, Badger. If you want to start talking about astronomy and shit like that, this is not the show for that, okay? Never has been, never will be.
I'll tell you, it's going to be a good match. But I get what you're saying there, Tom. But I do think you have to put stake in Ugly and the massive career he's had. He's seen and done it all. So what does Gable have to do differently to surprise him and get that win? But again, Gable's capable. We know this, which is why it's going to be one hell of a match Saturday night. Moving down the card, look at this one. Tyler Jones taking on the Potato Daddy himself, Cole Cannon. Cole Cannon. Look at that. I had the pleasure of seeing my phone, my iWatch literally just said Tom. I don't know why. That's creepy.
Because everybody's letting you know who's the best on this show. Ta-da. You're welcome. They're just reminding you.
Wasn't funny, but it was fast.
Yeah, all right. I got to see Tyler Jones at the last APW show, and that was my first time seeing Tyler in the ring. What a blast. This guy got so much energy, just athletic. He's going on against Cole Cannon, though. Thing about Cole Cannon, this dude, look at the face, man. This dude loves pain. He thrives on pain. He wants to get hit hard. He wants to be cut open and bleed because it just fuels that fire in Cole Cannon even more. He's got a weird obsession with potatoes, too. I don't know what that's about. But Tyler Jones, he's got a tall order in front of him with Cole Cannon, who's also been on one hell of a run as of this last year. Tommy, I want to know what you think here first, because everybody tends to love the Potato Daddy. Tyler Jones could be coming in the underdog here, but I don't know.
Well, let me tell you, first and foremost, I know why you're a big fan of Cole Cannon. I know you both are Cowboys fans, and you can't see the forest for the trees in front of you about the fact that this man is at a deficit almost every time he walks in that ring. He's got clearly something wrong with him. It seems like every other show he's hurt and can't make. I don't know what's going on with Cole, but I know this about Tyler Jones. This guy is a fighter. He's strong in the ring. This man, I will say another thing, though. He does have a lot of fan support that comes out. I'm a little envious of that, so I won't degrade his value at all for that one. But Tyler Jones is the real deal. I'm still waiting to see a healthy Cole Cannon go the whole season of shows instead of just missing here and there because of whatever happens and stuff. So you can call yourself non-biased, if you will, Ace, but we all know that you favor Potato Daddy Cole Cannon in this one as well. But I'm going to go and step aside and say I know for sure Tyler Jones is going to bring the fight to Cole. It's going to be close. I will give you that. But I think in the end, Tyler Jones is going to beat down Cole Cannon and get that 1-2-3, baby.
Sad that you yearn to have fans cheer for you and it doesn't happen. Anyways, though, you said it, though, Tyler Jones, big fan section, big support when we were in Algona. Will we have that at Fort Dodge? We don't know. You bring up a good point, too. Cole Cannon this last year, yeah, he's been doing really good, but he was also coming off a pretty big injury. Badger, do you think that is still something lingering for Cole Cannon?
Well, Ace, like you said, he loves pain. He thrives on it. The more you injure him, the worse you're gonna get from him, and he's gonna come at you with everything he's got. And, with Tyler Jones, he's, Tom, I not very much. I would agree with him. He's brought up a lot of good points about Tyler Jones. He's got the wrestling ability. He's got the power. He's got the speed. It's just going to be two Rams just going at it. That's what I see this weekend. So I got to go with Tyler Jones.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Now, I don't know, JR, if you've seen Tyler Jones in action before, haven't you?
So here's the thing: if you like physicality in your wrestling, this is going to be the match for you. Yeah. I mean, these two, you've all said it, you've all touched on it. Potato Daddy loves pain. It's just his deal. He wants it physical. Tyler Jones wants it physical. It makes it hard for me to pick. And the reason it makes it hard for me to pick is when you have that much physicality in a match, you never know who's going to catch some lucky punch or elbow or whatever it may be that puts the other guy out. Not because the other guy's undeserving, but because they're just laying each other out with everything they have. They're giving it their all. And so I think this is probably going to be, if not the most, because I know we have another one coming up that's going to be physical too, but if this is not the most physical match out of the card, I'm going to be really surprised.
Goro, you are indeed a crazy fuck. Anyways.
Whoa! Whoa!
Jesus. Good Lord. Either way.
Happening on a pole match. Tyler Jones versus Cole Cannon. Here we go.
Cole would be in for sure. Tyler Jones, Cole Cannon. It's going to be a good one so far. I mean, this card is stacked for the first show back of the year for APW, and it's going to be a good one. They push something, that's for sure, Goro. We're going to get into the next match here, and this is another one that is just all kinds of going to be crazy. Brought to you by our good friend Clint in the chat room there and Tag Team Photography.
Thank you, Clint.
Nice job, Clint.
Clint. It's the big picture on the Death Dealer. If I'm correct, this match was supposed to happen in Algona back in November or October. Am I right on this?
November?
Yes, that was correct. This was supposed to. We saw Death Dealer win his match. I do forget who, unfortunately. there in Algona,
Jay
and
Wesley
then making
is
open
who
challenge.
he beat.
Who's that?
Jay Wesley is who he beat, who we'll talk about him in a moment too, because he'll be there.
Fair enough. Anyhow, yeah, no. Obviously, Big Picture took the open challenge from Death Dealer and is. I'm not gonna lie. I have been talking to the Big Picture a lot lately, and this man is intense when it comes to talking about this match. And this is nothing against Death Dealer. We've obviously had him on the show. He does again side a little bit closer to Ace's fucking weird Cowboys fetish, but we're going to leave that one alone this time. We're not going to go that route because there's also a Browns fan. So the man knows disappointment at different levels and stuff. So, and I think that's where this is going to come into. Death Dealer knows disappointment from his teams. He's going to know disappointment come Saturday. Big Picture is looking to run through the competition absolute. This man wants a title shot. He wants Matty Starr or whoever's holding the title when he finally gets there, because this man is not starting from the bottom. He is finding his way to the top real quick. I guarantee you this. This is a stepping stone for the Big Picture right now.
You got former tag champion in the Death Dealer. You got the longest ever reigning IPW champion in the Big Picture. These two know each other very well. Badger, what's going to go down?
You know, I respect the Big Picture. I respect his accomplishments. I respect who he is. I respect his athletic ability. And he is a scary freak monster heavyweight in the heavyweight division. But I had my first match with the Death Dealer and my last match with the Death Dealer. And I can tell you this man he's like the Mountain from Game of Thrones. He's freaky fast, scary big, and he can hit you with that RKO out of nowhere. And I think he could catch the Big Picture with it this weekend.
Very, very possible. Big Picture, Death Dealer, JR. Who do you like?
This is the other physical match that I was alluding to. It's two horses. It's Godzilla versus Kong.
Yes.
I mean, this is two huge, strong men.
Fucking monster movie, baby.
It truly is. And when you are there at the match and see the size of these two guys, you're going to be in awe. And then when they start belting each other and you hear that skin on skin contact, you're going to just go, holy crap, I can't believe these guys are going to beat the hell out of each other. And they're going to do it. I agree. I agree with both Tom and Badger on this. I mean, it's again, this is a hard one for me to pick because the Big Picture knows how to win and he knows how to be the champion. And he's fighting to get there. But having said that, Death Dealer is one tough son of a bitch. And we've seen that numerous times. So it's super hard for me to pick. I mean, I guess in a coin flip, I would probably say
Tina says Death Dealer.
Death Dealer.
Yeah, just because Tina says Death Dealer does not mean it's going to happen. She knows how this goes. Just because she's predicted somebody to win does not mean it's going to happen.
I'll tell you what, though, Goro just made a great selling stuff here.
Yeah.
In this match. This is great. I love it. Yeah, and I tell you what, I love watching both these guys in the ring, and this is going to be just a hard-hitting, physical fight. That's what it's going to be. We got one more match that we don't have a picture for this one before we get to. I'm calling it the main event. It may not be, but I'm going to call it that.
It is.
I think
I know which one you're talking about. It is the main event.
And I do think it is. We don't have a picture for this, but Ethan Everhart, who stellar year last year, career just seems to keep getting better and better, and the kid just seems to keep getting better in ring with every match he has. We'll be tagging with Jay Wesley, youngin', kind of just getting into it his first year or two in the biz. So we saw him at that Algona show against a Death Dealer. We're going to see him tag up with Ethan Everhart, and they are taking on the tag team of Diamonds and Violence. Jackson King and ZK47 teaming up. So that's going to be one hell of a match too. Jackson King also won his first kickboxing match just about a month ago. So he's riding high, and again, got some lethal feet and fist that he's bringing in. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to AK-47 over this last winter, but this kid's putting in work. This kid's been putting in work since the show's kind of slowed up. Let's be honest, we're in the Midwest. Winter, not a lot of people run shows. No one wants to drive in 2 feet of snow that we're all about to get. So when show season kicks up, it's always a fun time. But over this last winter, watching ZK47 on his social media, this kid's putting in the time and has drive, and he's getting out there. He's getting better. Him and Jackson found something with this Diamonds and Violence, and I think you might hear a whole lot more about Diamonds and Violence to come in the Midwest here. They definitely are going to have some gold around them. I agree, Clint. Badger, let's go to you, though, when we talk about this, because, again, we got Ethan Everhart, who's just had some stellar matches this last year with a relatively newcomer in Jay Wesley.
Like I said, I came in the door with Ethan Everhart day one, and I have seen this kid grow from just, he's always been a wild man. I mean, let's get that out of the way. He's always been freakish strong with that Bob Backlund strength. I mean, I'm 6'3", 300 pounds, and he could lift me over his head like I was nothing. So don't ever underestimate Ethan Everhart. That kid, he's got heart for days. Now with Jay Wesley, he's just starting out, but I think this kid could surprise you. I've seen him in a match before, and I think he's hilarious. I think I think he could surprise you. But when it comes to the Diamonds and Violence, oh boy, I mean, Ethan Everhart and Jay Wesley, I just don't think they got what it takes to put up a good front against the Diamonds of Violence, who have been a tag team longer. And like you said, Ace, they have found something, and they're just going to put it together. And I love Ethan, I love Jay, but I think Diamonds of Violence got it this weekend.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong on that one. Clearly, as much as I appreciate the tag team that is Ethan Everhart and Jay Wesley, Ethan Everhart, Ace, you're not wrong. This man has been absolutely killing it all throughout Iowa and the Midwest. Definitely in Absolute, having a shot at the title. Obviously, losing it to Matty Starr in the latter match. However, I think the downside to this pairing is Jay Wesley himself. Newer guy, younger guy. I mean, Ethan Everhart is not, he's no old timer. He's definitely no JR up there and shit like that. But he is definitely a guy who has seen his fair share of matches, been in the ring with some bigger names, definitely started to come through some stuff. And the only downside to Diamonds and Violence is the fact that ZK has the second worst tattoos in all of wrestling. That's the only downside to this team. And if Brandon Gore is watching, he knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about as far as worst tattoos in wrestling. But that's beside the point. The team itself, they've been through Madhouse, they've been through Impact, they've been in Absolute. They know the routine. You go in, you beat the crap out of your opponent, and you leave. It's going to be a little tougher with Ethan Everhart in that ring. There's no doubt about that. But I'm telling you, this team is not only on the rise. I don't know if they're destined for gold this year, Clint, especially considering you said some point this year. Good. Anyhow, but I will say this. They are destined for gold sometime in the future. I don't know if 2023 is that year or maybe 2024, but this team, if they stick around and they stick together, they work out some of those little kinks that they got right now, they will be there for sure in championship gold.
Yeah, young team figuring it out now. That means a long road ahead for them if they want it. So Diamonds of Violence potential up to wazoo for those guys. And as cool as it's going to be to see Ethan Everhart tag with Jay, I think you also got to be honest with how big of a singles career Ethan Everhart has going right now, and he's still chasing some title gold in his future as well, in many of the different promotions that we see Ethan Everhart go to. So, JR, you got a pick on this one?
Yeah, it's super easy. It's Diamonds and Violence, and here's why. Right, as you've all mentioned, Ethan Everhart, super talented. Ethan Everhart lives on the enthusiasm of the crowd. Unfortunately, Jay is not seasoned enough to be a good tag team partner, in my opinion, in this match. And no amount of crowd support is going to change that. We know Jackson King, we've known him for a long time. He's had a bit of a change of an attitude. He did win his kickboxing match. Obviously, he's a true badass, because I wouldn't kickbox. And ZK,
you can't get your legs up high enough to kick anybody anyways.
I can kick you in the ass any day of the week. But the point is that it's
steel cage, brother.
Yeah, brother. In my opinion, Jackson King and ZK are just, it's really, this one is the easiest one to pick, simply because Jay's just not seasoned enough. It'll be a good match, of course, but I just have a feeling that Ethan's not going to be able to carry the team on his own.
Well, now, Goro just made a comment saying that Ethan can win if you give him that guy from that It's Still Real to Me, damn it guy. So, and Jay Wesley definitely has more skills than that guy. Probably by a country mile, to be real fair. Jay Wesley, again, he's starting off. The guy is still spry. He's still young. He still has that drive and determination to get better with every match. So this is not at all to say that he cannot compete with these other guys. He clearly is going to be there and show up. There's no doubt about that. However, the experience in this match is definitely favoring Diamonds and Violence.
Yeah, and Tom, I'm not trying to say that he's unqualified, but clearly if he wasn't qualified, they wouldn't put him in a match.
Correct.
But when you take a look at it on paper, it seems fairly obvious. That doesn't mean that there certainly can't be a surprise or he's got something up his sleeve, but I just think that
you might 1, 2, 3 kid him. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, we can see some parallels being drawn from Cactus Jack and Mikey Whipwreck versus the Public Enemy.
There we go.
Yeah, you're right.
There we go.
Right.
It is funny that you say 1, 2, 3 kid, by the way, because he does kind of look like a ginger X-Pac. So that's fun. That's fun for Jay Wesley right there.
He's a ginger. Got his back.
Of course you do. I'm trying to separate myself from this kid.
Hey, man. There's, we got to stick together, all of us.
There's only room for 2 fancy ketchup packs.
That's true, though. There is only 2 fancy ketchup members. It will stay that way. Funny enough, though, the guy that It's Still Real to Me, damn it, I think has his own promotion now. And shows.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Wes did a show for him last year.
Oh, we got to get that guy on, dude.
Yes.
I think he followed me on Twitter, so we could probably actually get him on. Which, by the way, real quick, before we get into the main event here, I just want to say happy birthday to Wes Briscoe.
Oh, yeah, Wes Briscoe. Happy birthday,
Big
brother.
Birthday today. Hopefully he's having a good time down in Orlando. Or not. I don't know what he's doing. I called him. He's busy, so whatever. But, happy birthday to my homie Wes. Watch for it, Briscoe Big A show. It's coming back. I've said this before, but it's actually like a legit thing now. It's actually coming back soon.
Way to hype your other podcast while you're on this podcast. No big deal, though. No.
Hey, jerk off. When I do our podcast over there, I also hawk the 2 count too, you dumb fuck. Maybe if you listen to the Briscoe Big A show once, you would see that I support anything I'm involved in.
Listen.
Dumb fuck. Look, your fucking face matches your hair right now.
You know what? I was trying to be nice, actually, and I was just trying to just throw that out there as far as like distracting from what's actually happening here, where we're trying to promote the show that Badger and myself are going to be basically single-handedly running, because Jason Prentice, I'm not going to talk about Jason Prentice in any way.
I got time. I got time, brother.
I kind of want to know what your deal is with Jason Prentice.
Listen, that's it's a side point, no big deal. Well, it's kind of a big deal, but we'll talk about it maybe later. But what I'm just saying is, I appreciate every time you talk about Wes. He's a great dude. I was fortunate enough to be able to hang with you guys at Waterloo this last year in the Hall of Fame weekend. Great dude. Happy birthday, Wes. But I mean, I'm just saying, keep it to the point, man. Like, we're on the 2 count. Let's talk about 2 count stuff, Come on.
Yeah,
If I was to start talking about like random comedy shows, I got to.
If you would have just started talking
That's
about,
the point.
I don't know, top shelf shit. Yeah, you're right.
Hold on. What did you say, JR? It just sounded like a bunch of rambling and mumbling.
Like if you just started talking about top shelf shit, out of the blue, it's just like, hey, everybody's doing this shit. Everybody's doing this shit. Oh, how dare you say happy birthday to Wes Briscoe? Because that's not this shit. That's not this shit.
Listen, JR, watch your old man fucking voice right now, because you're this close to not only just receiving multiple dick kicks, apparently, but,
Hey, Wes just texted me and he said Tommy's a fuckhead.
Oh, well.
Is that what the last text was about? Was that the last text you got? Was from Wes telling you that I'm a fuckhead?
Hey, he's watching you, idiot.
I hope he is. And you know what? Again, I always appreciate Wes for who he is, man. He's a good dude. He's a good wrestler, great talent, but more importantly, he's a good dude. That's the biggest thing, man. Like, Wes Briscoe, happy birthday, man. I hope it's a great day.
And Iowa loves them some.
You can't count the score, Tina. How dare you? How dare you?
And Iowa loves their Wes Briscoe just like they love them.
Yeah.
Main event action. Look at this main event we got lined up.
Holy shit.
This one's going to be a good one. We got a 6-person tag match. Cowboys from Hell, Justin Decent, AVB, tagging up with Sage.
Sage Hale.
Got it.
Tagging up with Sage.
Spice Boys gets it. Tommy over West.
Taking on the boys with Briar Hill. Look at this. This will be an interesting. First of all, we already know that the boys and the Cowboys from Hell, they have some issues.
They got history. Yes, they do.
They are not friends by any means. Justin Decent sidelined Bryce Jordan last year for a month before they were supposed to have this match. And so we got the match, and it was crazy. You guys were there. We saw it. It was insane. And now we're throwing the Hale sisters.
Yes. So for twin sisters, these two clearly cannot find a way of getting along right now. I know that they've done plenty of things in the past where they've been able to team together and hold together for long enough, but it seems to be night by night things change, and clearly right now these two are at a point where they cannot be around each other without some conflict breaking out. So obviously it makes sense to throw in Cowboys from Hell and the boys, because Ace, you're right. That last match we saw between the Cowboys from Hell and the boys at Waterloo was absolutely insane. I mean, Shanky was injured for weeks afterwards. And I know Bryce Jordan felt the pain. And I also know the Cowboys from Hell felt that same pain. So if you add that already combustible element, and then these two sisters who are already butting heads constantly, this will make or break the entire venue right here, because this will spill out every which way. There will be gouging of eyes, hair pulling. Somebody might get stabbed. I'm not going to say somebody might get shanked, but somebody might get stabbed for sure. This is literally about blood. This might even lead to serious out of action injuries, because these three people aside, this 6-person tag match will literally break this venue.
Well, let's hope that whoever wins it, they're not broken for long, because I just got a note from Mr. Prentice himself announcing that the winning tag team of this match will automatically be in the ladder match for the tag team titles in a chance to be the very first APW tag team champions.
Yes.
Tina, I think they do down there at Fort Frenzy and Fort Dodge, Iowa. That's where the show is going to be. They have great insurance because it's not their first wrestling show. I mean, I'm still hoping it's not going to be the last. But again, these combustible elements, you never know because this might, like I said, I know this is going to spill out across the whole venue. This is not even going to come close to just being in the ring action. This will be on the floor, in the audience, in the arcade at Fort Frenzy. This might even spill out in the parking lot. So I hope we have multiple cameras and multiple angles for this because I hope everybody can catch it on Saturday for sure.
That's right, Clint. Breaking
Yes,
news. And
absolutely.
you're right. This thing is going to be nuts. You know, you've got the two teams who have history, right? But then you got Justin and Decent and AVB who go way back. You got the Golden God and Shank who have been tagging and they know each other very well. And then you got blood against blood. I mean, this thing is going to be, it's going to be insane. Badger, like, how do you, I mean, after seeing what we saw.
Hold on. Wait. I'm hearing now too, breaking news, Briar Hale now, top shelf. Briar Hale, top shelf. This just came through the wire, top shelf, Briar Hale. Just go ahead, continue.
Wow.
Congratulations, I guess. I don't know. She might actually not want that. But
anyways. Shut your mouth, please.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of peg Sage Hale more of top shelf, you know. People boo her, they boo you, whatever. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see what did the ladies add to this match, Badger.
Well, you know, I gotta say it's like pouring gasoline on just a forest fire because, you know, the Hale sisters, they've been fighting since they came out of the womb. You know, it's been a competition since then on who is better, you know, and I'm sure that's going to play a factor in the fight this weekend because, you know, who says that they're just going to fight each other? You know, they're probably going to fight, you know, they're going to fight the boys because they want to show that they can. And with the Cowboys from Hell, I mean, you got a couple of bar fighters who, I got to say, I've been in the ring with both AVB and Justin Decent. You could throw the kitchen sink at them and they'll just look at you and laugh. So they're both tough as nails. And if you don't go down, they're just going to make sure you stay down. Now, I love my boy Shank. I love Bryce Jordan. I've been in the ring with both of them, and I can say that I think Shank could bring it to the Smash Mouth style of the Cowboys from Hell. And he's tough enough to take it, but man, like you said, I saw him take a beating. And how many more of those can you take? How many more of those, you know, like you said, he was injured for weeks, and I was scared for my best friend. And, you know, it scares me to see him like that. And with Bryce Jordan, you know, you got that kid who's just never going to say die ever. And, you know, he's going to show you why he's top shelf. He's going to show you, he's going to be the example of why he is top shelf.
Yeah.
So,
true. Well, and you know, the other thing too is, so JR, you've been, we've had all 6 of these people in this match on this show. You know damn well about all of them. You know, we had the Hale sisters on here, and even on here together, they weren't getting along.
Yeah.
But also added pressure now for those ladies because they could be a deciding factor. And if one of these teams gets a shot at the tag team being the first absolute tag team title holders, so the pressure's there for the girls. Who do you like in this?
So, I mean, when I look at this, I see a good old fashioned grudge match because, you know, the guys hate each other and they've just continued to grind on each other. When you add the Hale sisters, there's an extra element. Now there's multiple levels of grudge and hatred. And the fact that one of these teams is going to get a shot at the titles is fantastic. But I have to say, when I look at it, that there is one weak link in the entire match, and that's Bryce Jordan. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets pinned by Is it Sage that's on the with the
Pay
Cowboys?
attention, JR. Pay attention.
Fuck off, Tom. I would be surprised if Sage didn't pin him.
I mean, I'm going to say this. I think the Hale sisters as a tag team could maybe take both these teams out.
It's
If they can
entirely
get
possible.
If they could get along. Just saying.
Now,
But
Bryce is in our
Yeah,
chat, by the way.
yeah.
So make sure you speak with reverence.
I did. I
towards
was
the golden
100%.
god.
I was 100% honest. And so as much as I love Shank, I also detest Bryce Jordan. And I mean, I just think that the Cowboys from Hell are going to and Sage are going to pull this out.
Wow. I mean, yeah, Spice Boys, you're not wrong. The Hales are underrated.
Hey,
I mean,
Spice
again,
Boys.
if they could get along.
I got a question for the Spice Boys.
Okay.
I was going to let you finish, but if you want me to go, I will.
I was literally just going to say, like, yes, if they could get along for more than just a few moments at a time, they could definitely be a great tag team. And I honestly, if they were to turn on these guys, I'm not saying they should, obviously. They understand what's at stake here. But if they're somehow to turn on their own tag team partners here and form their own team in this match, I would say that they might be front runners for the gold there in Absolute. I'm just going to say that out there. Throw it out there. I'm still rooting for my top shelf boys, but you know.
Well, Spice Boys seems to have a lot of knowledge on APW in the chat room there. So I was going to ask him on what his thoughts are on this apparent situation between Top Shelf and Jason Prentice that we don't even know what the deal is.
Listen, it doesn't really concern you guys anyways, okay? This is between...
But that's why you continually bring it up, right?
No, it's not that I'm bringing it up.
You better answer the question because he's going to keep continuing to pry until you do.
Listen, it's nothing against Jason Prentice himself. What I'm saying is, you know...
Like
answer the question, Tom.
Like lady bumps?
This really can't be said on these airwaves. It just can't. It just can't.
Answer the question, Tom.
All right. Whatever.
Yeah, thank you,
good.
Spice Boys. I am a handsome man. I appreciate that. I don't know how much Jason is, but listen, what I'm trying to say is I appreciate the opportunity to do commentary at Absolute.
Okay. Great show as always. See you. Hey, Clint.
Yes, absolutely.
I won't see you, but I'll see you in Algona, and then we'll see you in April.
Clint, I owe you a high five and a big old hug, man. You are a true legend of the game, and I look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Some of the best photos I've seen.
Absolutely.
Jason Sports Tommy. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, so basically, Tommy's a drunk, is what I'm getting.
I can provide my own top shelf liquor. There's no real worries about that one. And also, how dare you call me a drunk on air? That's something for off air to call me, okay? With real issues and stuff like that. But you're going to try and bring that shit on air? How dare you?
But the
how
one time
dare
you're
you?
supposed to prove it off air, you went to bed.
Yeah, you went snooze.
I almost fell asleep before this show. You guys are all lucky I'm even here at this point. How about that, huh? Yeah, Tommy is not a drunk. Yeah, Bryce is right. Damn it, Ace. Ace, you're a pot stirrer. You know, everybody calls me the fucking heel around here. Clearly, at this point, it should be proven 100% that Ace is truly the actual heel of this show. Can I get an amen?
If we did an informal poll, who would say Tom? Who would say Ace?
I mean, of our chat?
Yeah, the chat. Just an informal poll. No, I'm
They're
not
barely paying attention.
No, I want to know
point.
what your fucking opinion is after you just said it. You goddamn idiot.
Okay, well, what you all need to do though for sure is get your tickets Saturday night. Going down at the Fort Frenzy Family Amusement Center, play some video games and watch some wrestling.
Yes.
$10 admission, doors at 6:30, bell time at 7. All these great matches going down this Saturday night. Check out Top Shelf Tommy and Badger Calhoun as they call the action. And it's going to be a great night of wrestling. I am actually bummed that I'm missing it, but I can't wait to see all the happenings. Why? Oh, I don't know what my name's in there for. Kind of video games.
Yeah, arcade, baby. It's some old school stuff. I'm sure you're going to see some NBA Jam there. You're going to see some
Blitz,
Mortal
baby.
Kombat. You're going to see some Blitz
If you're
for
the younger
sure.
generation, you probably don't know what an arcade is.
Right.
Well, we don't know how old they are. This is Twitch. This is a wide range of people of gaming.
Where you used the
acumen.
arcades where you used to steal the quarters out of your dad's shoebox and then take them over and turn them in for tokens so you could play the goddamn game.
See, JR, now if you didn't steal those quarters, you wouldn't have to be worried about eating some chocolate-infused snow. Okay? Which, by the way, I hope you enjoy all the chocolate-infused snow you can enjoy this fucking next week.
And NBA Jam tastes better than that. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, look at this. They got a wire cutting game that you could win a PS5. That's cool. 13 seats in the second row available, by the way, for Saturday's show. Front row's been sold off for months. General mission as well. So make sure you guys check it out. Support independent wrestling. Support our friends and support damn good entertainment and good action. So go check it out. That's going down this Saturday night. All right, let's show it one more time. Now it makes so much more sense about the arcade game. I did not know that at all, guys. Not gonna lie. And then we'll do this one. Oh shit!
That's Team Fancy Ketchup's logo.
Oh, yummy!
We're gonna have to make some shirts for the cruise.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Are we selling merch at the cruise? I was just going to bring up patches,
dude,
man.
No. What we're going to do, don't even bring the patches. We're going to, for the cruise specifically, we're going to make magnets. And we're going to put them on everybody's fucking doors.
Fair enough. Tell them they all got to come out and watch. Yeah, you know what?
Tell me how many rooms there are.
Good idea.
I don't know if once I start getting closer to that fucking bottom of the boat, I'm going to feel nauseous and shit like that. Start thinking to myself, like, look at these fucking lowlifes that live down here.
Hell yeah. Do you get seasick, Tom?
God, no, dude.
Okay.
Literally, I got Viking blood in me, dude. If I get seasick, that's a fucking hatred towards my own kind. Are you kidding me?
I was curious. So, like, the first year I went, it was perfect the whole time. Like, we had no bad weather, nothing. The second year, like, the second day at sea, I mean, you were walking around and it felt like you were just fucking hammered for how much the boat was just.
You had your sea legs.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. And then it like rained all damn day, so everything on the.
Oh no!
We were able to do the show. Yeah, you go down below deck, you wouldn't be top shelf anymore. What I can't wait is to see Tom go to like 10 different bars on the boat with a drink package, and then being like, "I'm top shelf, baby," because 2 hours there, dude's gonna be fucking wasted.
It's gonna be 4 days of me just fucking not knowing what my goddamn liver is doing. My liver's gonna be asking me the question, "What the fuck, dude? What are we doing wrong?"
Yeah, if he gets if he ends up throwing up, you won't know if he's seasick or just drank too much.
It won't be seasickness, and it won't be me throwing up because of fucking alcohol poisoning. Okay, what it's gonna be is my overwhelming persona being forced against me with all these marks on this fucking boat, pushing against me, wondering who is top shelf? Who is top shelf? How do I see top shelf? Where's top shelf at? It's like, Jesus Christ, I know I'm just a fucking magnet for your idiocies, but like,
man, I have $20 that says somebody's going to shove him in a janitor closet.
I just want to see
$20.
I'd laugh if we could get it to where you say something to Jericho and he just looks at you like, "You stupid idiot." Oh, fucking pop so hard.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure there's be at least 300 people or something like that would somehow mark out like you would on that one.
He'll be that asshole that tells Jericho to go back to Toronto.
Right? No. I would only mark out though if he does it to you when you just casually like try to say hi to him, though. That would be how the situation has to play out.
Listen, he understands. He recognizes where the true talent of this show literally lies in this corner of the screen right now. Is the top shelf should be on the top of the fucking screen. Let's fix that real quick. It's not fucking working apparently, but anyhow, that's beside the point. Okay,
Try
Jericho
it one
knows.
more time.
Performance
Try it
anxiety?
one more time.
All right.
You feel good about yourself now, JR, do you?
I will say this, dude. I will say this. Tommy, watch some cruise videos. It doesn't hurt to get a little prepared on some of the stuff on there, but you're gonna have a blast, dude. It definitely is a vacation to remember, and you're gonna meet
Absolutely. Okay, I can't wait.
so many just cool people, wrestling fans. You're gonna hang out with all the wrestlers, dude. The Jericho cruise is pretty fucking sick. So it's gonna be a good time, man. I'm excited. All right, what do we do? Okay. Do you guys want to split some talk up by throwing the Tom game in now, or should we do it later and go into just like Chamber?
I think we should do it now, and then we'll talk about Chamber with Badger, and then whenever he needs to get out of here, he can get out of here if he needs to.
Right.
If he needs to.
Sounds good.
That's right. We're excited to see you two, Dan. It's gonna be good.
Now, Badger, obviously, we know that you're a huge fan of the 2 count. You're in the chat
I
all
love
the
this
time.
podcast.
And so you know how this game works. The Tom game is very easy. It's like F, Marry, Kill. But in this scenario, of the 3 of us co-hosts, you're going to pick who you want as your tag team partner. You're going to talk about who you want as your opponent, and then also select of the 3 of us who you want to be your manager.
Okay. Well, I would have to say I want my opponent to be JR.
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
You know, I'm 6'3", 300 pounds, but I have heart failure, so I don't know how long I'd last against him.
So it'd be
So
an
I
even
think
match, is what you're saying.
Yes,
Even match.
yes,
It'd be winded after 1.5 minutes.
yes. It'll be whoever goes down first. So we could have a last man standing match. You know, we could sell some tickets. There we go.
Now, hold on. If you have a bad ticker and JR is old and what he is, I don't know if a last man standing means literally. I think it's literally just means last man to die at that point, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, it ain't about when you go; it's about how you go. So I could imagine a worse way.
Goro said he wants bottom shelf to be his manager. Which one of us is bottom shelf? You know it's not fucking me, buddy.
Yeah, it's you.
It's you.
All right, so that's your opponent is JR.
I would say it'd be more not a last man stand, it'd be last man awake. Because you'll win. Just
It'll be whoever goes to bed first.
put like a boring commercial on, JR will pass out right away.
He's almost out right now. Look at him. He's fucking on his phone. And he's almost fucking passed out. Wake up, JR. Wake
I can
up.
tuck him into bed.
We're good.
There's only been one legitimate time that JR almost slept through our show.
It will probably happen one of these days. All right. So then who you got as your tag team partner?
I would say I want my tag team partner to be Big Ace. Because
Okay.
I feel like he and I have good chemistry at the commentary table. We read off each other, and so I feel like he would be a really good tag team partner I could communicate with. You, not so much, Tom.
So I would be your manager. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Well, just to let everybody here know, of these stats, by the way, I am the one who's picked most times to be the opponent because, well, clearly everybody that comes on the show is jealous of my fucking talents. But then every other category, I fall into second place. So I am the second most likely to be a tag team partner with.
Book it,
Ace
girl.
somehow wins, even though he is the smallest and brittlest of us all. And then of managers, I'm also second. JR was normally picked to be manager, but I am also in second place. So what I'm saying is clearly I am the draw around here. And everybody needs to understand it. What do I need to read here, by the way? Because I see fucking everybody laughing about what's this? Goro wants to face Ace. I would bring a ton of Meow Mix to the ring and get his cats to run out. That's very fair.
It would work too.
It's very true.
Like, what the fuck is he doing here? Comes in, drops the leg on me. The finger paw of doom.
Now,
He's
Now,
the third man.
I want to also make sure that I mentioned this, by the way, too. The last person to make this combination of choices was Briar Hale, with Ace as the tag team partner, JR as the opponent, and then myself as the manager. So you're in good company right there, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know what you did to that Briar Hale, JR, but she doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Almost like it has to do with somebody else.
I know it's one of the it's like a Hatfield and McCoy feud, and she happens to be hanging around with the Hatfields or some shit.
Well, I think what it really is she's like most young women who don't trust old white men.
Oh, so she doesn't trust you?
I said old, dipshit.
Yep.
I'm the youngest one of the three of us, by the way.
You're
okay,
still
so
old,
I want that
asshole.
to be fucking stated.
You're still old.
You're only younger than me by months, though, bro.
You love the
Younger,
way
still
Badger
younger,
that he
motherfucker.
manipulates every word and every statistic to fit into his narrative.
Almost like Jared should always get beat up. I don't know.
Bryce is right. Jay should always get beat up. Always.
Always. Well, all right. I want to talk about Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
First of all, we already talked about how it is the road to WrestleMania. It's been an interesting. It's been interesting. I'll say that. I'm pulling up the card here. We'll start with the women's chamber match, guys, which kicked off the show that night. And we had who were our participants in this? We had
Natalia, Raquel, Liv Morgan, Asuka, Carmella, and
Nikki Cross is the last one.
Nikki Cross.
And it was Natalia and Liv Morgan to start it out. HCW, what's up, buddy? No worries, man. Hopefully you had a good podcast, bro.
Wait. Hold on. You say no worries, but are you going against us? Were you going live there, HCW? What the fuck, man? I thought Tuesdays was... Well, you know better. It's 2 Count Tuesdays. It's Top Shelf Tuesdays. You know what? I digress. Go ahead. Sorry. That's just for HCW to worry about and contemplate about his own existence in this fucking realm that we have built. But go ahead. What was the question again?
Tom's getting hot again.
I'm sorry.
HCW knows better. HCW knows better. Okay. He was on the cusp himself of being Top Shelf, but the man starts worrying about himself too much. The promotion worries about him and them.
Look up irony in the
dictionary.
That's hilarious. So back to the women's chamber match. First of all, I think that was a right combination. Minus, and I hate to say this because I like her in ring work, but like, there's no character or real gimmick to her, and that's Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Like she's awesome.
She's all weird, Raquel.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. No personality to me. Fuck Tom, sorry. Dick knows I got shit too.
Oh boy.
Dick knows? Dick knows.
That's Top Shelf.
HCW,
huh?
you know what?
I think you need to address that.
I'm gonna go reach out to HCW outside of the chat, outside of the program. Clearly, him and I need to have a discussion about where loyalties need to lie for him to truly be respected around here.
Top Shelf Dick knows New World Order.
New World Order.
Full life, anyhow.
New World Order.
Doc says it. Golden God, she has it back. That's her gimmick.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, bro. She is.
That is her thing. She comes out, shows the back off.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching Nikki Cross. I enjoyed watching Asuka. I enjoyed watching Carmella all in their pods, waiting to come in. I think those are fun interactions. I think it showed they're putting a lot of stake into Liv too. Like I think they're going to make her one of the mainstays for years to come by having her go in there and start it off. She had a great showing at the Rumble too. No worries, HCW.
So many people coming after me all of a sudden. I'm getting called a whore.
Hey, you got heat with people tonight, dude.
Dick nose. Fucking everybody's starting to chomp at the bit about me fucking showing up somewhere else on Tuesdays. If you're gonna see me anywhere else on Tuesdays,
all we need is something like at the chamber where everybody's yelling "fuck you, Tom."
Yeah. By the way, that was excessive. And JR, how dare you think that somehow you can talk at all about this, about me showing up somewhere else, because you're the motherfucker who didn't show up last week to your own
won't show up next
damn
week
show.
Either. How about that? Well, I won't show up next week either.
Well, you need to be here next week.
No, I don't.
Because we haven't done the town game with John Madden yet. So
yeah, that's Tommy, think about it though. Do you really want JR here too? Because him and John will just both pick on you then.
Oh, like I can't take multiple people picking on me. Have you fucking seen the chat, Ace? Have you seen the chat?
Yeah, we see the chat, and then the chat starts going crazy, and then you can't shut the fuck up.
Fuck you, Tom.
Because they're clearly here for one reason and one reason only, JR. Go ahead and you might as well mute me right now because you know I'm about ready to go on a motherfucking rant, baby. These people can't get enough of me, just like you can't get enough of me. If it wasn't for me, there wouldn't be a 2 count the way it is. Okay, where there's people who come in and they are invested into programming. Okay, I am the one who has brought them. That's right. Bryce gets it. Hashtag top shelf. Stop trying to talk over me, JR. How fucking dare you?
Hey, real quick. Yeah, so real quick. I saw that. I didn't get back. Because in the middle of some shit, I had seen you message. Bryce, it appears that HCW does want to contact you about possible booking. So if y'all want to get in the chat and share something, some contact info there. He did reach out to us. It's just been crazy times. Guys, we've said it before, but all bullshit aside, Tommy and JR and I, we're busy men, guys. We're busy men. We got a lot of shit going on during the days.
I will say this. Yes, this is as far as my daily life and my existence in this earthly realm. This is still a priority of mine every week. I mentioned when I first joined this that every once in a while I want to be gone, maybe go down to Acme or House Comedy to do some comedy myself. But I haven't missed a show since I joined this. And I'm not the one who started the damn show, but JR over here can go ahead and just do a Valentine's Day show willy-nilly, just leave his own fucking programming into the hands of two very capable and basically the guys who actually run the show regularly. But you know what? I digress. We're going to move on to real topics. Let's talk about Elimination Chambers, huh? The Broads match? Let's talk about the Broads match, huh?
I want to say this. Whoa! Here's the thing. First of all, we should just mute him for 20 minutes.
Tommy's trying to get himself canceled over here.
He's trying to. He knows how to do
it. You on a roll, man.
Get it. I just want to say this. I found the women's match really entertaining, but I felt like it didn't advance anybody very much. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm very happy that Asuka won. But I have a bad feeling that Asuka's going to lose at Mania, and I don't like that.
I don't know if she will. I think they're going to pull it off
Belair.
Yeah, I don't think Belair's keeping it. She's really good, don't get me wrong, but I think Belair is also someone who's going to be a multiple-time champ for WWE. So you're going to have to take it off her a few times. Yeah. I think this will be one of them. But I agree. You look at someone like Raquel Rodriguez, you look at someone like Nikki Cross in that match, and it's people. They're great talent. We all love to see them, but let's get real honest on this road to WrestleMania. What are they really going to fit in? Probably in some Battle Royal, maybe the women's Money in the Bank match if they bring those back to the Mania pay-per-views. They're not going to have some sort of showcase match more than likely. So, yeah, it did feel kind of like we kind of knew who waked the 2 or 3 for one. I mean, we all knew Asuka was going to win. Can I say that?
Yeah. Natalya was there, and Natalya was there because Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's Montreal, and you need somebody in the Hart family. Clearly, I mean, they talked at nauseum before the fucking pay-per-view actually began. As far as holy shit, did you guys know that the last time they had a pay-per-view in Montreal was the '97 Survivor Series? Good fucking God. I could not understand why they kept having to fucking harp on this shit. The fact that, yes, did Brett screw Brett? No, clearly Vince did. Could we stop fucking talking about it now? Jesus.
But that's not true. Brett did screw Brett.
It was 28 fucking, or 20 fucking 6 years ago or whatever, man. Like, Jesus, let it fucking die.
Brett screwed Brett.
Wow, there we go. Why don't you guys message each other? Fucking Bryce and HCW. It's called Whispers. It's up here in the fucking corner. Like, Jesus, you fucking noobs to fucking. And you know what? And Bryce, I apologize. I stepped out of line there. You're top shelf. You're the golden god. I will respect that. So HCW, you got to learn a little bit better.
Tommy's just having such a hard night tonight, man.
He gets so wound up he can't even kiss the right ass.
Is the room like spinning for you right now?
To be real honest with you right now, I have a neck pain. I have a neck pain that is so severe right now. I genuinely think I should probably go to the fucking hospital. Like I'm not lying. Like I feel like my fucking head's gonna fucking fall off my shoulders right now. I am in that much fucking pain. But I'm here for this audience, for you guys to carry the show per usual. Can we continue? Yes. Asuka was going to win for sure based on who was in the show. I mentioned last week, Jay, you probably don't watch your own product, so I'll reiterate with you. Bianca Belair, it was told like basically when she was won the Royal Rumble however many years ago that somebody had to remind Vince that you still need to build new talent. You still need to build new stars. This would have been the perfect opportunity to say Raquel Gonzalez, no more. Raquel Rodriguez, still that badass
or whatever
fighter.
Sorry. I think it is Gonzalez. I'm just saying the wrong name. Sorry.
No, it's Raquel Rodriguez now. Gonzalez was when she was in NXT, but
they did change it. I didn't know
because the alliterations. You can't be on the main roster without alliterations in your name and be a real star. Anyhow, yeah, Doudrop. That's who should fucking won. Get the fuck out of here, dude, Carl. The reality is, man, like that's who should have won this, in my opinion, is somebody who hasn't been there. You have Liv and you have Carmella and you have Asuka, who are all former champions. You have Nikki Cross, who's a former tag champion. Yes, Raquel and Natalya both won the tag championship. I think Natalya has anyways, but I know she at least won the Divas championship fucking a decade ago.
She's been champ before. I do think Triple H did call this one. I think the only thing Vince maybe had any input on was the Roman Reigns bloodline stuff, they said. You're right too, though. Like this would have been a good opportunity because I think, and I said this right when we got into this match, guys. Liv Morgan, I think, is someone that is going to be a mainstay for WWE. She's going to be a workhorse for them, and I do believe this would have been a good chance to pull a trigger and like let her get a win in a big time match. They've done some stuff with her, like she did the Money in the Bank, but like. I always felt everything was half in with Liv. They didn't go fully in on her. And I'd like to see them take a full chance on her because she's a crowd favorite. Yeah. She's great on TV. She's great when she's promoting shit. She
has a good look.
She's hot as shit. She's something that I really appreciate about like her and Alexis Bliss. To be that small and still be able to go in the ring like that with anybody, that's a huge deal. I'll say it every time when Alexa Bliss throws because of her height. Anytime she DDTs anybody, it looks like the most devastating thing in the
world. Badger, what's your thoughts then on the women's elimination chamber match?
Tom's got to get into the chat real quick.
I do. Yeah, go ahead. Go to town.
You know, every single one of you guys, you all mentioned pretty much. I got to agree with all three of you because I got to agree with JR because who did it really push? Who was it really for other than Asuka? And I'm glad Asuka won, but I wish Liv Morgan won, honestly, because like you said, Tom, she's got the look. She looks great. She's hot as shit.
I mean, they could have even if they really wanted to, because another one that they didn't. Let's be honest, Nikki Cross's run as the Nikki ASH and the champ was all kind of like nobody appreciated that.
And I could really see Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, and it would blow the roof off that place.
Yes.
Because you're right, she is a crowd favorite, and it's going to be two massive crowd favorites against each other.
Very much so. I think, yeah. But again, now let's see how we get there. She won.
Right.
Now let's see what her and Belair do. There's one big question mark too, and that is Alexa Bliss going to come back before Mania? Because if she does, where is she going to get insert? Because she's got to have some sort of part in this.
So I and just to touch on that, if you did watch Raw, Carmella is saying that she's for sure going to be at Mania this year in a match. So she's just trying to figure out where to go with it.
What are we going to do with the rest of, Carmella, Raquel, Natalia? What happens with them?
Well, so if you watched yesterday, we also saw that the women's tag team championships are going to be up for grabs, and it's going to be Becky Lynch and Lita against Damage Control. Hold on, I got to read this day.
You're going to love it.
Jiri.
It's not bad. It's not a bad idea. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Anyhow, so I wouldn't doubt if there's some like a women's Money in the Bank at
you would think so,
Mania.
right? Because if they're going to bring that back again, we don't know if this is for sure. This is all speculation.
Well, they got but that's the thing. They got 2 nights of this stuff, and they're willing to go 3.5, 4 hours for each one of the shows. So there's no saying how many matches they need to actually book per night to reach their goal of apparently just insanity levels of fucking wrestling. Because if they have a pre-show either night, which they easily could, because
they will.
So it's SoFi Stadium in LA there, so they're gonna have to pack it. They probably want it for 5-6 hours of being packed to people. So concessions can go up, merch can go up, all this sort of shit. Like,
well, and the Money in the Bank is a good spot because that's a easy 30 to 45 minutes eaten up in one match. Yeah. And then everybody gets a payday. They get to get on the big show. And, again, all we know is they're done away with the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. That's all we know. We know that they said they were getting rid of that. So you would think that means they're bringing the match back to Mania. Triple H likes having those matches be a little bit more special. So I think it makes perfect sense. You do men's one on one night. You do a women's one on the second night. They all get to go in there. It's better than the stupid, just random, or it tried to be the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal at Mania for the women's. They had to change it because all that shit. Yeah. It's better than that. It's better than just a Battle Royal for the guys to get everybody out there. And again, that used to be one of my favorite parts of Mania, was having the Money in the Bank match.
Right.
Something else too, with just the women's division as a whole, you brought it up with Lita. And again, you're bringing Lita back. Lita might now be involved with Mania. Did you guys see this? They brought Trish to Raw and then changed the plans of using her, and apparently she left the building halfway through Raw last night.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
so
it was in Ottawa, which is not terribly far from Toronto. So
but
it's still in Ontario.
But it's the fact that they brought her in to use her, and then all of a sudden plans just changed that night, and no more. Because that also makes you wonder, well, what the fuck are y'all doing to get to Mania then with these people?
Yeah.
Like, what is Bayley going to be doing then? Is it Bayley and Lita at Mania? Is it going to be some sort of? It seemed like we were maybe going to get what was it?
Tag.
Yeah, Damage Control against
Becky and Lita.
Lita, and Trish. I think that was what their plan was.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if that was the initial plan, but I think they decided that they need to put the titles out there.
Yeah, that happened. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I overall though, it was an entertaining match. Okay. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh boy.
I mean, what can you expect?
F5 Spear. Yeah.
First of all, hold on. I gotta talk to this. There is no way that JR is popular enough or famous enough to have a fucking Cameo account. That's number one. Number two, this man knows nothing about Schoolyard Riots. Look at him. He ate chocolate flavored snow. Okay. This man knows nothing about actual good time Schoolyard Riots. Okay. He knows only about Puritan ways and the fluff of life. That's clearly what JR knows all about. So don't dare say that JR told you. This man is nothing but good and saintly energy. I disrespect him because he's old as shit. That's why I disrespect him. Okay, proceed.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about either. So
yeah, so we have Brock and Bobby Lashley. Brock gets the LDQ. Bobby Lashley as the winner, and then Brock just decides to go crazy. I kind of like crazy Brock. There is a video of him. There is a video of him backstage, like one of the backstage WWE.com exclusives, and it was Brock walking. He was just like, "Shit happens sometimes," as he was like walking by the camera. It was hilarious. I was like, "Hell yeah!" So, and we were talking about this earlier, and you know, there's a lot. There's been rumors of a Brock and Bray Wyatt match. There's a rumor. There's obviously looking like maybe Bobby and Brock again at Mania. Hell, maybe we get Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Maybe,
and they were talking about Omos and Brock on Raw last night.
Okay, I gotta ask you guys this. Do you really think though that Omos is gonna get a standalone Mania match?
No, I think what's gonna happen
is so like he's still so green.
I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna get scared by Bray. That's what, because he's so big, and it's almost like when Jake would bring out the snake and Andre didn't like it, you know?
Oh, I love that. Yeah, Andre was so scared of the snake.
And I think that's what they're going to do with Omos and Bray or Uncle Howdy. Somebody's going to come out and scare the shit out of him, and he's just not going to do it.
Uncle Howdy,
Brother Howdy.
I would love to see
Howdy Doody.
We get a reveal with that character, hopefully, because I really do want it to end up being Bo Dallas. It's gotta be Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because who would miss a goddamn flying elbow that fucking bad? You know what I mean? Like, it definitely is a Bo thing, isn't it?
Hey, he believed, though.
He did believe that he was going to be able to hit that fucking elbow.
You know, and the other thing, too, is maybe, you know, if Alexa Bliss comes...
Shango. Right? Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. If Alexa Bliss does get involved in Mania, maybe it's not in any sort of match capacity. Maybe it's just to add to that storyline. Who knows? I don't know. We've complained for a long... like years ago, I remember we used to complain about, man, long burn, guys. Remember how you used to take time to tell a story? Now you just rush it. Now it's like, hurry the fuck up, y'all. Like get this Bray Wyatt shit moving. Like, it's just not moving fast enough. I need it to move quicker.
Well, that's because they've done this to us multiple times. That's the whole thing, right? We're all now concerned about he's going to get a push and then they're going to stop. They've done so many start stops with that dude. Like, I think even from a fan standpoint of anybody in WWE, if they start pulling that shit, we all got to worry about it, you know? Because if they don't know how to deliver on Bray now, when it's literally at the almost apex of how fucking popular he's been, and if you cannot deliver us a decent fucking match and outcome to whatever the fuck he's in right now, throw the fucking project away, man. Like, I love what fucking he does in the ring. I really do, but you don't know how to carry that dude, man.
Well, and I'm wondering if at this point, if it's not a factor of that, if it's a factor of what Bray wants to do, it's just not TV material, I guess you could say. Because we already know they brought in like a movie producer who's worked with Bray. He's a horror movie producer. When Bray was doing this movie before he signed back with WWE, this was the guy who was like the director or some shit. And this is the guy who's writing, I guess, Bray Wyatt's angle and his angle only. And like, he's already been like 2 months ago, there was already like a story about this guy like cocking off backstage to all the other writers, and like everybody doesn't like the guy. But like, you almost got to wonder now, like, because the other thing too is there had to be some conditions to get Bray to come back to WWE. He was such a hot free agent. I mean, he could have got whatever he wanted from AEW and Tony Khan. He could have. Right. Let's be honest. He could have. He chose to go back to WWE. So there had
Tony Khan will write those big checks.
Right. So there had to be some sort of creative factor in that contract. And I wonder if maybe this is Bray just being like, hey, man, this would have been great if it was a movie, but we have weekly television where you get maybe 5 to 10 minutes of that 3-hour program. Speed it up.
Yeah. And I mean, and again, it would be great.
I would say the whole thing lost me at the pitch black match at the Royal Rumble. Honestly, that was terrible. That was so bad.
The Mountain Dew
I was off. I was done with that. Yep.
You got to say it all the way, otherwise it doesn't count as anything.
Right. The Mountain Dew pitch black match. You're right.
Thank you very much, Badger.
We're
I
appreciate
you going all the way and making sure we all knew what kind of match it was.
Yeah, we're trying to get that Mountain Dew money.
Damn right we are.
Hell yeah.
I will drink Mountain Dew for fucking 6 years straight. Literally fucking put it in my fucking veins just to get a goddamn drop of that fucking dew. You know what I mean?
Have you had it, Bryce? Have you had it?
Yes, I have. Yep.
You've had it too, Badger? Is it good?
Yep. It's actually really good. I liked it better than the match.
I like Mountain Dew Pitch Black as well. I actually like Mountain Dew Live Wire. I like Code Red. I like
Code Red.
The Baja Blast, by the way, so we can get some of that Taco Bell money.
Yeah, let's get that Taco Bell exclusive.
Yeah, that's how
it's really good.
That's Ace's half Mexican right there.
Yeah, Nachos Bel Grande, bitches.
Yes. Baja Blast is the best.
Hell yeah. We move into the men's elimination chamber match, guys. Shit, I've been going slow. We're having too much fun tonight, boys. During the men's match, we have this is for the U.S. title. So Austin Theory is in there. We've got
first time it's being defended in the elimination chamber.
Yeah, so we got him in there. We got Seth Rollins. We've got Montez Ford. We've got Johnny Gargano. We've got
Damian Priest. Bronson Reed.
There we go. Is that everybody?
Yep, 6 of them.
And Austin Theory, yeah. Yep.
And Austin Theory. So, great match. The one point I've got to make on this is we've been talking about the Street Profits and how they're going to split and who's going to be the stronger one going solo. And I'm still a very big backing of Dawkins. I think Dawkins is the man. But I got to tell you, Montez Ford really shut me up on this chamber match. Like, that guy is fucking money. And I think we really all saw it. Like, we knew he was good and we've seen him do good matches, but there's something special about when you can get into one of these stipulation matches that are a big deal like this and show up, especially for someone like that who hasn't had a lot of solo stuff, especially on a big time stage. So Montez Ford with the splash off the top of the cage was insane, man. That was just awesome. It was like Jeff Hardy shit. The only thing is Jeff Hardy was trying to do it and kill himself. So
you know what Montez Ford reminded me of? Like when you're a kid and you're climbing on the monkey bars and you try to do that backflip through the monkey bars and you biff it.
Yep.
That's what it looks like to me.
100%. It was great though, and I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I think it did great things for the U.S. title. Glad Theory retained. He's a great heel champ. Keep it going. Damian is the guy that was in this match that I was just like, I know Nella. I know. I still think Dawkins is better, but Montez Ford's going to be a star. Damian Priest, though, aside from being a member of Judgment Day, what else? Like, I don't see him being able to do much as a solo career type deal. I think he would be.
He's going to get the Cesaro treatment.
Yeah.
Well, so let me ask you this: do you remember Damian Priest as Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor?
What was that?
Do you remember Damian Priest as Punishment Martinez when he was in Ring of Honor?
No. I know he used that at like Monster Factory.
Yeah. So legit badass. He has been toned down to fit as this second, third, or possibly even fourth wheel now for Judgment Day. I mean, he is literally almost like the Daniel Bryan of like Daniel Bryan with BBC. Like he's doing his own fucking thing, or BCC, excuse me. Outside of the Blackpool Combat Club, I think Damian Priest almost needs to be doing that now with Judgment Day because he's not a focal point. I mean, really, the focal point of Judgment Day is Rhea Ripley and
I don't know. You know what?
Prison Dom. But
as much as people hate to say it,
Yeah.
one of the bigger draws of a Judgment Day is now Dom. I think
Yeah,
Dom is past Finn and Saint. I think it is the Dom and Rhea show.
Damian Priest. But
Whatever.
not saying
Too many names,
anyhow.
Too many names.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he should have been in this match. I know that Edge has beef with Finn based on the fact that they brought in Finn, and that's how he got kicked out. But really, Finn's not the fucking leader of Judgment Day, anyways.
No,
it's clearly Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
thoughts? JR, your thoughts? You fall asleep over there, JR?
No, I'm not falling asleep. I agree 100%. I just, throughout this whole thing, I was surprised that freaking Rey Mysterio didn't come out, because don't they ultimately have to have Rey and Dominic?
Has to happen.
And so when Dominic is there at ringside during that match, I've hopped ahead a little bit, but the Edge and the mixed tag, and Dominic's out there and causing trouble. I think this is the perfect time for Rey to come out and solve the problem.
JR did. We didn't.
I kind of jumped forward there.
We'll circle around back to it.
Yeah, we'll get
talking
back
about Damian Priest, but
shut up, or I'll kick you in the nuts.
I was wrong. It was Tommy. You must apologize.
It was me. I will admit this, Bryce. It was me who fucked this up and started talking about Judgment Day as a whole and why Dom wasn't really in that match. As I think he probably should have. But in the Elimination Chamber match, we all knew that Damian Priest was not going to win this one because he is a byproduct. I think even most of us would have thought Montez Ford wouldn't have won it until we actually saw the match itself. Now, I will say this. If you guys aren't following or friends with Joey Jojo on Facebook, he had the audacity. Yeah, he had the audacity of putting out there that Montez Ford is greater than Kenny Omega. And how dare that Mark say something so ludicrous and dumb. Montez Ford has proven nothing outside of the fact that he can nail Bianca Belair and be a decent tag team partner. Not even champion, by the way. Not even really a champion, but he can be a decent tag team partner. So there you go, Joey Jojo. That's for you.
And Dan brings up about Jay White. Obviously, they're in talks and figuring out what's going to happen. I think, honestly, I kind of feel like Judgment Day is going to go away after Mania.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling too. I also don't know. Like, obviously, we all know who Jay White is, and like the community knows, but like, there's a big audience number of WWE people that are casual fans, especially for Mania. I don't know if that Jay White's going to come off like they would. Like, some people think it may come off.
So Jay White is.
Yeah,
he's 100% a New Japan guy. That's the whole thing. Like, went through the dojo, went through their system, grew up in their system.
Right. But here's the other thing too, though, is the rumor is they're working on supposedly someone bigger than Jay White. And rumor is Triple H thinks he has a chance of possibly landing Omega, because apparently Omega's contract's almost done with AEW. And apparently Omega might have been one of the guys that got talked to when the whole contract poaching thing got brought up last week. Triple H, bottom line, has reason to believe he can maybe pull off signing Omega. Could you fucking imagine? We're watching WrestleMania, boys. And what I would like, you would have to do it, right? You would have to do it to really fucking give them the shot.
You gotta hit
Cody,
that AEW.
You let Cody win. You get Cody wins, beats Reigns, beats that run, and then all fucking sudden comes out the cleaner at WrestleMania, and he's like, "I'm back. I'm here."
That'd be something.
Well, so I mean, I know that they've talked about Ibushi, actually, Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, they want to try to get
showing up in WWE because he obviously had the run with the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yep.
However short and brief it was, but the reality is, he's clearly not going back to New Japan. He's definitely looking for a new home. I think he felt really comfortable with his time in WWE. I don't think he really trusts where he would be fitting into AEW, no matter what, if Kenny is there or the Elite's there. I just don't think he really likes the feel with Tony Khan. I don't think he really had the best time when it was all in. And I think that's kind of where that Golden Elite kind of split was more all in. But
well, like I said, I think people are starting to see how kind of unhinged Tony Khan is. It's his personality, and do you want that as your boss, or do you not want that as your boss?
I mean, I don't know. The Jaguars made it into the fucking playoffs this year, so that's
but
I know,
he doesn't run the Jaguars. He runs AEW.
All I know is
there's a team of people who run the Jaguars for them.
You guys, I miss Miro. He's getting paid. He's not doing shit.
So sad.
And I'm happy for him to be paid to do nothing because I am a fan of his. But Jesus God, and I just want to go real back to the chamber match.
Let him show up and beat Brock at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I'd love that.
Oh, could you imagine it just hits again? It's Rusev Day. Oh my god, dude, the pop would be insane.
But I'm just to tap back, and if we've already talked about Bronson Reed in the match, they made him look like such a stud.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
And I love that. See, so there's a difference between
the
male chamber match.
Gargano and the Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
fucking sick.
But the difference between the male match and the female match is that they made Bronson Reed more. They elevated Bronson Reed definitely, and they didn't do that for any.
He looked like a fucking monster.
Yeah. When he took 3 super kicks and didn't go down, I'm like,
and then like 3 more, and then 3 more.
Yeah, and Jay are 100% correct. I will say this though, I'm surprised they're pushing a guy his build that's not a little bit taller though, because he falls in like just a hair under 6 feet, but he's so fucking massive. But he's such a good worker too. Like it's almost like trying to push Otis again, but without like a weird. Could this loser get this fucking hot chick angle? Like I feel like this is how you should really play him.
And now they're gonna have Otis join the Maximum Male Model Agency with the chick or whatever.
Maxine Dupree's group, yeah.
Oh, dude, I hope he does join. It wasn't Otis, it was Otis. Is what she called.
Yeah.
And he was all like, Otis. I fucking love Otis. He's hilarious. But no, Bronson Reed is a fucking killer, bro. Yeah. And that guy could have a really big future in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because it's almost time.
And you know what? Austin Theory looked really good in this match. I loved when he was trying to get people to square off against each other. Like, they don't care about us. They're saying, they're singing for him. This is about us.
Yeah.
And by the way, we kind of said it earlier, but Logan Paul with the run-in on Seth Rollins.
Wow.
Very first curb stomp. We will get that match. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am damn excited to see Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. I think that's going to be one hell of a match at Mania. Dude, his fucking curb stomp looked money.
Yeah.
Oh, especially on Montez Ford? Wow.
I will say this, though. I know he's been trying to do that buckshot lariat, but when he comes over, he's almost too far back, and I swear to God, that's when he's really going to blow out his knee, is when he's fucking trying to do that buckshot, because he just doesn't seem to have that forward flow to it. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, he's still very new in all this. So
yeah. We have that mixed tag match. Beth and Edge come out, take on Rhea and Finn. Good match. Beth, Edge, fun watching them. Beth is a badass.
Yeah.
Oh, she still looked great in that match.
Amazing.
Yeah, I did like her little tribute.
They just started clotheslining each other.
Yep.
Yeah, I did like how that Beth and Rhea took the vast majority of this match. I think that was great. Very smart on them. Also, shout out to Beth Phoenix for that awesome tribute to Bull Nakano as far as the face makeup there. That was fucking awesome.
She wore her shirt too at the press conference after.
And also, was it a little bit of a Easter egg maybe that they did this? Fuck, God damn it!
Yeah, I don't remember.
You know the closer.
Yeah, they did the tandem move they did towards the end there. Yeah. And I can't remember who the tag team is that does what the actual move is that made it famous. But yeah, they've never worked
Oh, the
together.
Shadow Machine.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
FTR.
Jesus.
so
the
that was
revival
super
might
cool.
come back.
That was super
The
cool.
revival might make a revival. Hashtag FTRR, right?
Right. And then
That's how we
obviously
get it.
we had our main event. Roman Reigns taking on Sami Zayn.
Oh man.
The crowd was hot all night, but I mean that had a Mania match feel.
Yeah.
That felt like it was a main event at WrestleMania.
I felt like a kid again, just on the edge of my seat, just like, and not many matches can do that to me anymore.
I didn't keep track, but it was a good, and you guys know that I complain about those long ass intros, and I'm not even going to count those. The crowd taking over the start of the match, they didn't even really do anything for close to 10 minutes.
The fact that we heard the word "fuck" so many times and they couldn't censor.
Fuck you, Roman.
Yeah, I thought Kevin Dunn had maybe had a stroke backstage when he was not trying to quiet the crowd and stuff like that.
Well, so here's
Bucky.
the thing: Triple H is a little bit more open to some of that shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see just a little bit of more adult.
Yeah.
Well, and to be real honest with you, this is a premium live event, right? So if you ever had a pay-per-view back when it was before Peacock and everything like that, or before the network, this is exactly what you would have gotten because you weren't really supposed to have kids there. I mean, we saw Miss Kitty threw her tatas out there, if you will, and
Mae Young took her boobs out.
Yeah, Sable's had wardrobe malfunctions that stayed on the fucking pay-per-view, like re-airs and shit like that. So
Val Venus's penis got cut off.
Yeah, dude.
Sonny probably did a bunch of dudes on TV. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. But Montreal is fucking, they wild, dude. They're almost like fucking Philly, dude.
They could potentially have a Mania there, and it would be good. Yeah, dude, it was good. It really felt big time, which kind of sucked because I think we all knew for real. I think we all knew deep down Roman was going to it, but they just built it up so much. It also had very much the yes movement feel to this that Brian had going in the 30s. So I don't know. I don't know where they go now because, to be honest, to put the big title on Sammy, that was your chance.
Yeah.
But I do almost feel I don't know. Again, we said it's been hard to predict what the Mania cards are going to look like when usually we have a really good idea, and it's been kind of hard this time around. And it's still, they keep throwing more shit in the road there, like Sammy losing in there. But then you got Kevin Owens coming out and making the save. Jay walks out. Then on Monday, Sammy wants to team up with KO, and KO's like, "Fuck you! Is this part of the Rouge? Are they gonna gang up together?" Like, it's really getting hard to pick where this is all headed, and
which is great.
That makes it exciting.
I'm thinking, what if they did like a 6-man tag? Kevin, Sammy, and Jay versus Jimmy, Solo, and Roman, and then just at the end of that match, whoever won the Money in the Bank that night cashes in.
Yeah, but then you still got the question of Cody, because I still do think they want Cody to take it off Roman. I don't. That's the hard part.
Maybe that ends up being night one,
maybe there was talk of higher ups were trying to push them to change the finish on Saturday to Sammy actually winning, and they wouldn't.
Yeah.
By the way, it was pretty entertaining to watch Roman Reigns yell at Sami Zayn's wife. "I did this for you, so we could be a family, so we could all be together." And she's just like screaming at him. Oh, it was good shit, man.
Well, and that kind of action still led into what we saw yesterday with Cody and Heyman then as well, with Heyman mentioning that, Roman Reigns is a happily married man. He has no interest, but I'm not. Like towards Brandy, I'm like, now I think we're gonna probably fucking see Brandy on the road to WrestleMania, which I guess makes sense. But I mean, Jesus, like, what a fucking way of getting.
I have heard they won't use her in ring though if she comes back.
Well, she's not a wrestler. She never was before with WWE. She really wasn't that great. She was Eve in WWE before. So
she actually did like a vlog back then when she was doing that, and had Cody in it a lot. I remember watching that on like WWE.com. Chamber was fun, man. I'm excited to see where Mania goes. Was there anything notable that we should mention real quick from AEW Dynamite this last week?
House of Black. I mean, Dan mentioned it and stuff like that too. House of Black looks like the next challenger for the 6-man. I mean, I mentioned it last week.
They're going to win.
They have to win, I think, also because the Elite were supposed to be that transition because they were never really supposed to obviously drop the titles in the first place. Yeah. So it was never really supposed to end up on Death Triangle until probably after House of Black got it. So that was, I think, their initial push. Was supposed to be Elite holding it, and then it went to House of Black, and then it was supposed to be House of Black versus Death Triangle because that legitimately makes sense. So yeah, House of Black will be your next champion. It's probably, I think they're going to wait until after Revolution. I don't know if they're going to have a 6-man tag match at Revolution. I think they're going to wait until afterwards for that title. But that was really the major news, other than MJF, Daniel Bryan, 60-man Iron Man match come Revolution.
That'll be good.
So it'll be like a nice little stopping point or a little pit stop before we get to actual WrestleMania.
Yeah. And we have our watch along plan for that. Stay tuned for details on that. Again, this Saturday night. Fucking be there, all right? Absolute pro.
Fucking be there.
Hell yeah. The $10 admission, 6:30 doors open, bell times at 7 o'clock this Saturday night, Fort Dodge, Iowa, Fort Frenzy Family Amusement Center. Absolute pro wrestling.
Bryce is right. Be there. See him.
That's
right. Badger, it's been a pleasure. First time on the show. Will not be the last. I already have a good authority. You'll be back to help push the next Absolute Preview show that we do. So
I'll certainly be there. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Boys, do you have anything to promote?
No. I mean, obviously you guys can see me on Saturday in Fort Dodge. I do have some things lined up, but probably not until towards the end of March. So I'll talk more about that as it gets a little closer.
Nice. JR?
I got nothing, but I will not be here next week when you have John Maddening on. I have to go down to Dallas to find out all about the new fucking TVs.
Awesome. Tell Jerry Jones I said hello, and John said it. Next week, our good friend, ring announcer extraordinaire, you've seen him at First Wrestling, John Maddening. You also saw him at our Rumble Watch Long. He's going to join us on Tuesday night, so make sure you join us for that.
Thanks for all your support, you guys. We appreciate it so much, and we're always happy that you're hanging with us on Tuesday nights. See you next week. Bye-bye.